thousands of whistleblowers expose corruption in the Canadian banking system, all hell is about to break loose in the global bond market, and Hugo Salinas Price claims the world is about to hyperinflate into gold. Here are your collapse trends for March 17th, 2017. We are all doing it. Thousands of Canadian bankers admit to lying to customers to boost sales. Several days after shares of Canada's TD Bank tumbled following reports that its employees were engaging in practices similar to those which led to a major scandal at Wells Fargo, which cost CEO John Stumpf his job and led to bonus clawbacks and numerous terminations over the practice of cross-selling. Employees from all 5 of Canada's blanks have flooded the CBC's Go Public whistleblower hotline with stories of how they too feel pressure to upsell, trick, and even lie to customers to meet unrealistic sales targets and keep their jobs. In nearly 1,000 emails, employees from RBC, Bank of Montreal, CIBC, TD Bank, and Scotiabank locations across Canada describe the pressures to hit targets that are monitored weekly, daily, and in some cases hourly. Management is down your throat all the time, said the Scotiabank financial advisor. They want you to hit your numbers and it doesn't matter how. For fans of Cliff-Eye's Webbot, this situation was predicted in the November 2016 report. The memes showing it the detail layers of bank employees who get fired due to the crackdown on corruption. Then, as they are rubbished and not protected, they mouth off. The ex-bank employee as whistleblower meme has many levels of support and extensive crosslinks. The crosslinks are describing a USA pop scandal that is the mother of all corruption scandals. The data shows that the mid-level employees turn out to know a great deal more about the operation than thought by upper management. This is a huge collapse trend, and it's indicative of how things actually are in the banks. As more and more corruption is exposed publicly, the public will lose faith and confidence in the banking system and realize that something is wrong, ultimately leading to the collapse of the very system that they once trusted. This could cause all hell to break loose in the global bond market. Bill Gross, aka the Bond King and head of Janus Financial, is once again warning of an impending collapse in the bond market. Bill recently stated, once Draghi begins to taper and reduce that $80 billion a month, once that 0 to 10 basis point cap is eliminated in Japan, then all hell could break loose in terms of the bond market on a global basis. This is a significant collapse trend because the global bond market is valued at around $100 trillion, while the global stock market is only valued at $70 trillion. If the bond market goes, so does the stock market, which would also cause a crash in the real estate market. Hugo Salinas Price says the world will hyperinflate into a gold standard. The world has finally realized that a country with the reserve currency is not something a country should want, and that a dollar can fail. The danger is that it will fail too soon. That is why the euro was created, for example. Currencies from the individual countries were all issued from the US Treasury, meaning that if the dollar went the way of the dodo, the European currencies would die with it. Seems to me the world is ready to hyperinflate into gold. After all currencies have already hyperinflated in the financial world. When the run on real things happens, as a system operator, you don't want that, since the functioning of a printing press is worth way more than gold. The Western public will not hold an asset that goes nowhere, at least in currency terms. The public in the East were never fooled that same way. Some, I think, rightly joke, if one can only see value in paper currency terms, one cannot see value at all. Here is a chart of most of the countries in the world where its people values gold. This is a huge collapse trend that is a likely endgame scenario on how the world monetary system will end. Unfortunately for people in the West, we value hard assets very little, while in other countries they still respect physical gold and physical silver. I fear that the only way we will learn our lesson is with a gigantic collapse. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to sign up for our mailing list so we can send you collapse alerts as they happen.